Thank you so much for staying with Citizen Weekend. Time now for One-on-One. My name is Lillian Muli Kanene. And if there's an artist that has toured extensively, it is the gentleman that will be joining me in studio shortly. His name is Makadem. He's toured extensively in Africa and Europe, performing in regional festivals, performing in front of big names, collaborating with big international artists. And here at home, he is known as the Ohangla Man, and he's remembered for the hit Obama Be Thy Name. That was during the 2008 American presidential elections. I don't want to talk too much. Let me cross over to Makadem. I'll be talking to him shortly.
Kelele mama kelele, eno wololo mama wololo wo wo. We want to live in peace. We don't want to go to war. We want to live in a harmony. Kelele mama kelele, eno wololo mama wololo wo wo. We have to stand. Divided we shall fall. Let us make love, not war. Kelele mama kelele, eno wololo mama wololo wo wo. In Africa, miziki yaimbiki, hata iwe akomboleza. Mungu kakumba umwabudu, imani ni kupendana, riziki haishikiki, mara iwe patapotea, shughuli uenda kwa amani, siasa si vita ni demokrasia, siasa si vita ni demokrasia. My dear brother, sister, neighbor, we no be enemy, not at all. Like ignorance, disease, and poverty. Kelele mama kelele, eno wololo mama wololo wo wo wo. Now is the time to put our house in order. Sectarian tribalism away. Let us build it together as a one. Kelele mama kelele, wololo mama wololo wo wo wo. In Africa, miziki yaimbiki, hata iwe akomboleza. Mungu kakumba umwabudu, imani ni kupendana, riziki haishikiki, mara iwe patapotea, shughuli uenda kwa amani, siasa si vita ni demokrasia. Unapenda kona, mambo yako kona kona. Unakwenda chini, tabia yako chini chini. Unapenda siri, kila kitu siri siri. Unapenda kando, mambo zako kando kando. Woyo, woyo. You better get up, stand up for Africa. Stand up for the right things. You better better get up, stand up, Kenya. Stand up for the right things. Oh yo, oh yo, oh yo, oh yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, or rather our viewers, I introduce to you the very talented Makadem. Makadem, kindly come and join me up here. And today we're sitting on the high stools and not on the red couch. But this is Makadem, and therefore we're taking a slightly different approach tonight because as you can see, his style is different from that of the other artists that I've had here on One on One. Thank you so much for your time this evening. Karibu Sana Citizen TV.
Thank you.
So I want to start with Makadem. This is, of course, not your birth name. So what are you known as? What is your name?
Adamson is actually Makadem. But, you know, when my dad was in school, it was the days of the British. So in Luo, son of is M-A-K, and then your dad's name.
Yeah.
Like K and Ajuang.
Yeah.
Kajuang actually means son of Ajuang. But in Luo, some use K, some use M-A-K. Like Makanyengo.
Yeah.
So Makolo. So may use, decided, because legally in our ID, Dad changed it to Adamson, removing the M-A-K and putting S-O-N. So we just reversed it.
Okay.
But
wonderful.
in my ID, you find Charles, you find Odero, you find Adamson.
Okay, very good to know. So you're also known as Ohangla Man, and of course you're remembered by a lot of people during Obama's campaign period. Of course, you remember at the time Senator Obama visited Kenya, and then Makadem went on and produced the hit Obama Be Thy Name. Tell us about that. Was that your entry into music? Was that what catapulted you into fame?
Probably, but that was not my entry because I began way back. You know, by '99 I'd already done the first song, but then I was doing a lot of raga because if you went to a producer with contemporary African music, they wanted something else that looked like Hardstone.
Mr. Lolova.
Mr. Lolova.
Remind us how that used to go.
Oh, Lololololo. Oh, Mr. Lolololo. Oh, Lolololova.
Yeah.
I boogie, I'm a go-guester. I'm a hero in a discotheque. Tonight I'm loaded but lonely. I need a queen to crown me up, you know.
Yeah, so you decided not a very good approach. You decided to take a different sound.
It's quite competitive to do pop music. It's very competitive. You know, you have always to do a good video. You always have to be on radio. You know, you always have to be on top. I find it a bit easy when I'm doing contemporary African music because I don't have to have a hit song all the time. So it's more of positioning. It's more of I mean, also you're looking at how long will you do this?
Yeah.
Because you don't need to be on top to do my kind of music. My last album was done in 2006. I mean, nobody asks me, do you have a new song?
Yeah. And yet you're touring the world. You're performing at embassies. I mean, and you appeal to a very cosmopolitan, particularly, you know, the diplomatic community in this country. And we'll be talking about that shortly. But let's go back to Obama Be Thy Name. Why did you choose to take that particular route? Why did you choose to sing that particular
You know,
song?
way back when he was a senator and my producer, Tabu, asked if you'd like to do something. At that time, I was not really bothered, really. And they came up with this issue. And so I did the first one when he was a senator about Obama C. Osama, which was hip-hop.
Yeah.
And I was really being hard. That time I was still really, I liked hip-hop and raga. So by the time he was running for president, he was already my guy, you know, the kind of a thing. And then I was looking at the animosity he was facing back in the US, you know, the racial problems they had there. So if you listen to Obama Be Thy Name properly, you realize that it's not really geared for, like, most Luo musicians wanted to make him look like some Luo guy in Kenya, you know, singing in Luo and that kind. But me, I went for singing for the American people, you know. All the voters in America, Barack Obama Be Thy Name.
Yeah.
You know, the kind of
and I want to just go back to your opening act here this evening. A lot of the things that you sing about are issues that we're facing in society, be it in politics, just a general overview of societal issues. You decided to take this approach because we know that the younger generation is currently all about the happy-go-lucky, I like that girl, I like, can I buy you a drink?
Cars and shoes.
Yeah.
I like politics. I like social issues. I like, you know, I'm that guy, down to earth guy who looks at somebody and feels bad, you know, like the recent stripping of girls, and those are some of the things I look at and I'm like, no, we can't do this, no, we can't do that. So it really affects my composing, my kind of how I write my music. It's basically how I live. You know, if it's about education, if it's about politics in the country, I'm fearless. I'll actually say it. If you look at my Facebook, some people say I'm a hater, some say I hate the government, some say so many things, but it's just that I deal with something on that note. You know, if you say something bad against the president and I feel like, no, I'll just tell you, no, that's not right. Yeah. The same way I do in my art. If I want to compose something, look at what is affecting us. You know, like in 2012, Mumbi, she's a radio anchor, and she said, let's do a song. So I asked her, what kind of a song do you want to do? And she said, let's do a song about peace. Then I said, I don't think so. She said, what do you think? I said, let's bash these voters. She said, what problem do you have with a voter? And I think voters demand a lot of money from the politicians, and that's the reason why, at the end of the day, the politicians, when they get to work, they're busy getting money, because after all, they paid you. So we did this song called Handout Culture. You know, tuna homba homba. You know, all the time you expect the money from the politician instead of asking them for what they're putting on the table in terms of policies. We just, how much am I getting? How much am I getting? You know, that kind of a thing.
Yeah. And away from that, I want to talk about your skills in terms of your instruments, the instruments that you play. Where did you hone those skills? And how did you discover? You know, it's actually, I've heard this from a lot of artists, that it's very difficult to play an instrument and at the same time be there belting out a tune, because, you know, it's multitasking. And I know for you men, it's a bit too much.
Yeah, like I actually wanted to surprise people with the nyatiti, but
you should have come with a nyatiti.
I have it, but it's not, it can hurt, you know. I think I need to change it to make it modern, because I keep traveling with it back and forth. Sometimes it gets humid, and tuning it becomes very hard. So I couldn't just move it. That's why I was actually, I didn't come with it into the studio.
Yeah, I've seen you perform with a nyatiti.
Yes, but it's kind of natural to me to play most of the instruments. But what I'll tell artists out there, or people want to do that, you need to rehearse a lot. You know, when I was in a residence in France, one of the guys I was working with, Lulendo, who is an Angolan, staying there and was helping me on how to do kalimba in a big stage in Europe. If it's hard, first you sing what you're playing. You go with that, because that will not really confuse your mind. Once you get that one, then now start complicating a bit, then your song will just go in. So it's not easy, but if you work on it, it can be easy. Actually, me, the one that I find quite tricky is the drummer singing like Kidum.
Yeah,
because you know, a drummer, every part of his body is just on its own timing. This leg is playing something else, this one, the hand is doing this one, and yet he's singing.
And I want to talk about your networking skills and the fact that I said you perform in very high-profile events, particularly in expatriate events and what have you. And of course, you've toured extensively in Africa and Europe. He's performed in regional festivals like Sauti za Busara in Zanzibar, Bayimba in Uganda, Fest Horn in Djibouti. You've shared the stage with top international artists like Gregory Isaac, Mighty Culture, Glenn Washington, Baba Mal. I mean, the list is endless. How do you get to this level where you're actually not looking at the basic awards that we all, vote for in terms of, vote for our artists? How do you get to this international stage where you're actually performing with such big acts?
It's like you said, networking, you know, and then I was lucky when I got to Nairobi and I was looking for studios. At the time when I was still rapping and doing that, I met this producer, Tabu, and he says, I like this, because at that time he wanted to do rap with me, but then he realized I had other songs. He said, let's work on this more. So we went more of contemporary African music. So that was my first network. And of course he has a lot of network. So once in 2008, the first time I went out was in Djibouti, then I went to Zanzibar. Then I went to Europe just for a workshop. So I started growing my own networks. So then I got a network in Denmark, you know, agency, management, and from there, things just started working out because one thing leads to another. And like I told you, back in Ketebul, I have a lot of networks because Ketebul is like a consultant in Africa. People, I don't know if people really know how big the kind of network that Ketebul has in terms of African music, what they do, you know, all that. That gives you a lot of opening because when people want to see you. And then I concentrate more into my performance, into my style of music. And I go to the residency in Paris. That created another network for me because staying there for 3 months, they pushed my name in all sorts of these networks. It just grew up.
Yeah.
And then I've gone all the way to Canada, to Mexico, to the US. I've performed in some of the biggest places that people really don't know. You know, in Kenya, people don't know certain things because people look at what is big in terms of pop artists. People don't look at what is big in terms of contemporary African musicians like Salif Keita. You know, there are places you can never go to, like the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. You're performing for congressmen and the who is who in Washington. And I was lucky to be one of those who performed there in June this year.
Yeah, and looking at the music that is on rotation in our radio stations, what are your views regarding contemporary African music? Of course, our radios are dominated very heavily. I mean, and this is arguable because there are some slots that are allocated to contemporary African music, but then you will agree that the bulk of the music is really pop and hip hop and what have you. What are your thoughts about that?
I think to some extent I always blame us, the artists, for doing contemporary African music because we tend to be laid back. You know, we have one foot in pop and one foot in traditional pop music like Benga, Mogidi, you know, Ohangla, because we are mixing all this. But one thing we never do as contemporary live artists is we don't really beat our chests. You know, we're not into the swag. We are not into making nice videos and then pushing into really pushing, because what you see with the most pop artists, the young generation, they really push.
Yeah.
Push for the video, push for the audio. Is going around making a lot of noise, you know, making video every now and then. So that is one reason probably why the music is being played more, because now they've earned that. While us, we've just stayed, we're laid back, hoping that it will work on its own. And those are some of the things I've decided to work on rather than laid back. You also need, because if you look at artists like Yusundu, once in a while he does a pop song. You know, even Salif Keita, once in a while you realize he does some funny song, like how did he do that? But it's just to keep you there, and then you can continue doing your art, so you always stay there. But generally, I think it is not right for the media just to ignore good music because they just want to go. It's good to check what is going on. You see, what do you have? But just shunning off is killing Kenyan music, because when you overdo something, at the end of the day, that's why now they've gone to Nigeria, because they've overdone whatever they have here, so they've shifted to Nigeria. So I don't know from Nigeria they're heading where.
Yeah, they'll probably be coming to you shortly, Makadem. But I want to talk about the fact that, of course, you talk about very critical issues, some that might be a little bit disturbing to the ear, like, you know, when you touch on political issues, when you touch on social issues. And yet we live in a society where maybe people just want music to be feel good and to be happy music. What do you think about that? Do you agree that your music can sometimes come across as a bit too harsh for the happy-go-lucky people who just want to party in the club?
But of course, you know, the problem in Kenya is you go to a school, a primary school, and you find the DJ is playing dirty song. In a primary school on a closing day. And I'm like, what is going on here? Like one time we were doing something at Huru Park against for Nakada, anti-narcotics and stuff. And then this guy was playing some American song that is actually in praise of marijuana and you know, and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to say is,
so DJs need to do their research.
There's music for every occasion. You can't go playing a dirty song in the church. You only play gospel music, isn't it? But you realize that in this country, even the gospel has been compromised to some extent, that they've gone clubbing. You know, we need music for every particular. So if I did a song for politics, you should not go and play it in a wedding. You know, if you want songs for wedding, play songs for wedding. If you want political song, then go for that song that I did for them.
Hey,
exactly.
Okay, so this guy is on fire. All right, Makadem, I want to talk to you about the highlights of your career. What have been those defining moments for you that you feel have actually catapulted you to the level where you are at today?
First, it was the major breakthrough was me coming to Nairobi.
From where?
From Mombasa.
Oh, okay.
And then getting a good production house. That was like.
So you're from Mombasa, not from Kisumu.
I'm a Luo, but I've never lived in Kisumu.
Really?
No.
You speak Luo?
Yeah.
Okay.
But all my life, I'm a Mombasa artist. If you ask me you're from where, I'll tell you I'm from Mombasa. So my first breakthrough was getting to Ketable, you know. And from there, I went to Djibouti, I went to South Busara, I've gone to Congo, I've gone to Morocco, I've traveled the world, you know. So first was getting because in music, basically is the product. And the product as a live performer is the CD, the music, 2, your stage, the act, the band and you, and the whole mix. Mesongo imekuwa ugali. That's the package.
Yeah.
And like in Europe, most artists say the third is good luck.
Yeah. The crowd either loves you or hates you. All right, and we've got tweets. Let's take the tweets. Let's see what guys are saying. All right, there we go. I would like to know who Makadem's mentor is. He must be a great one. Okay, Fanwell, we'll find out. Makadem is so talented. I truly love his music. Good to see Makadem on One on One. What inspired the lyrics to Mganga Mkuu? That song is making waves all over here. Makadem has a great voice and endless talent. God bless you. I am your #1 fan. Thank you, Barry Nelson. Makadem is a music legend. His music is really good and enjoyable. Makadem, I knew you and loved your music as a kid. Today I am a family man and I love you. I love your music even more. This is Ochieng Makokeo. And finally, Makadem is such an inspirational artist. He is also so humble. I love your songs, man. Thank you. The hashtag is One on One. Continue to talk to us. Makadem, a couple of questions.
Another Mark or something there. Mark Okeo. The son of Okeo.
So me, I'm a daughter, so I'm not a Mark something.
No, daughters don't use it. But nowadays, the ladies are playing Nyatiti.
All right. Oh, Nyatiti was an instrument for men,
Yes.
never to be played by the ladies. But Susanna Wio plays
That's
it.
why I've said nowadays, ladies are
Yeah,
playing.
no.
There's Susanna, there's so many actually right now in Nairobi.
Yeah, it's quite heavy, isn't it? And the strings and all. All right. I want to ask the question that somebody there asked, a tweet there asked about Mganga Mkuu. What inspired you to write that song?
If you look at most artists in the West, Mganga Mkuu is pop. You know, it's just that I've used a traditional instrument. And I did that just to show the youth that the traditional instrument is not finished. It can do anything you want. It's up to you. Right? That's why I used Nyatiti to play Mganga Mkuu in a pop style house. The idea behind is whenever you look at big artists, at one point they always have a song whereby they're like feeling so good about themselves. Like, I'm on top of the world, you know the kind of things.
Yeah.
So Mganga Mkuu is how you are on stage, and whatever you tell the crowd, they do it. So you're like the great healer. You're the boss. You're whatever you are. Umewaroga.
Yeah.
So if you tell them to do this, because they do that, so they're like there's just zombies.
Yeah.
It's a happy go song. You are asking for happy music, so
Yeah.
I do happy music. So Mganga Mkuu is basically a party song, whereby you're talking to the crowd. If I say you stop to dance, you stop. Cause you are my zombie.
Yeah. Okay. And who is your mentor? Somebody else asked that.
I have so many mentors. Actually, whenever I say it's Michael Jackson, everyone says, "Oh no, you're lying." But how I did it in my own way, based on Michael Jackson, is I don't know.
Yeah.
But Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, people like Fela Kuti, Burning Spear, some of the best people. See former Buse from South Africa, no, Chico, most people really don't know.
Nobody from Kenya?
Kenya, I have other people that nobody wants to talk about. People like Ogwan Kokot playing Nyatiti, you know.
Oh gosh, wow, yeah. That's
because I grew up listening to Nyatiti a lot, and it shaped the way I sing. You see, the way I sing is more like rap, it's more like singing, somewhere in between what the Jamaicans call rap sing.
I will say it's very unique.
That's why it's very energetic. and very male.
And it's listening music. It's music you just want to chill and listen to. It's there in the background, like even if you're having dinner and Makadem
I use a lot of comical facts.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the fact that, like I said, you perform for a very cosmopolitan audience and not just Kenyans, and yet you've got a lot of Swahili infusion into your music. So when you're across borders, how do you deal with that language barrier? How do you spread the message across?
Very important. Music has nothing to do with language, totally. And that's the problem I've seen here by young artists thinking that if you do it in Swahili, then you Kenyanize it. If you do it in English, then you make it for it. Music has nothing to do with language. Music has a lot to do with the style and the melody. People listen. If the arrangement is good, because you see, if the arrangement is monotonous and then you're singing it in Doluo, I mean, how will you even enjoy? But if the arrangement is good, look at Congolese music. Loliwe, I mean, Zahara. Do we hear anything that she says? What? I mean, people even sing Loliwe, you know, because the arrangement, the melody, and the style.
Yeah. Very, very true and well said. And Makadem, as we finish, just talk to us about, for you, what has been the hallmark of your success, just getting to where you are today, your principles, what you've learned along the way, as we close the show.
I would have learned as a musician what we need: discipline. You know, it's one word we rarely use here, not even in the church. It's very important to be disciplined.
Yeah.
And to be true, especially to yourself, because when you lie to yourself, I don't think anything else will ever convince you. You know, then you just become totally corrupt. And musically, it's about work. You know, you don't present things that half-baked because you have a few people in your family telling you, oh, that's good, just because they don't want to tell you that's wrong. You know, so like as a musician, you need really to work every day. I was told Manu Dibango in his 70s rehearses every day at least for 2 hours. That's something we need to do. Rehearsing with the band, you don't rehearse because you have a job in 2 days with a new band that really knows your music. So you have to present things that are ready. You know, when you are ready, even if somebody looks at you, personally you're enjoying your work. You're not even worried on how you're doing it. So
I think you're too serious. I'm almost like, you really, really know your stuff, Makadem. I mean, this is a guy who takes his music seriously, and you can see he's got a unique style. What are your thoughts? The hashtag is a one-on-one, and it's been so great having you in studio, Makadem. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
And as we wind up, I always like to know, family, is Makadem married? You've got kids. What's your story? What's your personal story?
My personal story,
Oh my God. I just got blasted by this Django man. Live on my one-on-one. All right. Well, that's fine. Fair enough. No problem. No worries. Okay. So that's Makadem. You can catch him. You perform a lot on Blankets and Wine, and I suppose all of this.
I've done all of these festivals in Kenya. All of them, because that's who I am.
But do you have a preference for performing away from Kenya?
Or? No. But of course, there's this thing that we get wrong about going out. Of course, out is big.
Dollars?
Kenya is a small country.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the whole lot market out there. How many countries are out there? There's so many. So
anyway, thank you for spreading our message out there. Thank you for being the ambassador of Swahili out there. And even, do you infuse some Luo into your music once in a while?
I do. I use all the 3 languages.
Yes, you do.
And so even my English is not really English. It's very Africanized English.
Really? Yeah.
Like Muganga Mkuu is all in English. And some people say it looks Nigerian.
Yeah. You had to do it, I suppose, with the African accent, quote unquote.
Yeah, because first, I don't know to sing like an R&B singer. So I sing like an African.
Yeah.
It's heavily Luonized English.
Heavily Luonized English. Thank you so much.
But when I go to Swahili, the Luos get lost. That's not one of us.
Yeah, because of the whole coastal connection. All right, thank you so much, Makadem. Makadem will be closing for us the show with one of his hits. Thank you so much for your time once again. It's an absolute pleasure. And that's one-on-one. And we close with Makadem.
Thank you.
kalipa shule, baba kanunua vitabu na sare juu ili uende shule. Shule umepelekwa, mwalimu anasubiri na chaki mikononi ili upate elimu. Dunia inakwambia elimu ndio misingi, ufikapo shule wewe unacheza, wecheza, wecheza, unacheza na moto, wecheza, wecheza, unacheza, wecheza, wecheza, unacheza na moto wewe. Oh, oh, dunia mbaya. Oh, 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 oh. Muhula unapoisha, unarudi pale nyumbani, unaawalaba, umevuta mkia, visababu vyote vyako, mwalimu mbaya, shule mbovu, chakula si kitamu, maji ni shida, televisheni ubanduki, michezoni we ndio kocha, likizo nzima hukusoma, wewe unacheza, wecheza, wecheza, unacheza na moto, wecheza, wecheza, unacheza, wecheza, wecheza, unacheza na moto wewe. Oh, oh, dunia mbaya. Mama yelelele, wo 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 wo, wewe unacheza. Unajifanya ng'ombe, kamuliwe na nani? Ukicheka na nyani, utavuna mabua. Asosikia la mkuu, ye uvunjika guu. Wahenga walishasema, majuto mjukuu. Shairi natia tamati, maisha maji makuu. Kama hujui, hujui, wewe unacheza, wecheza, wecheza, unacheza na moto, wecheza, wecheza, unacheza, wecheza, wecheza, unacheza na moto wewe. Oh, 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 dunia mbaya, wecheza, wecheza, unacheza na moto, wecheza, wecheza, wewe unacheza, wecheza, wecheza, unacheza na moto, mama yelelele, dunia mbaya.